Hey guys, this is James, and I am glad to be back. So first things first, let's talk about the weekly SGP. So FanDuel runs the special SGP same game parlay, $50 risk free. They're doing it again this Thursday. I've got a 6 leg parlay here. $50 will pay out 16.58.35 right now on Tuesday. Nick Chubb scoring a touchdown, Deontay Harris scoring a touchdown, Amari Cooper scoring a touchdown. Browns to score more than 21.5, Nick Chubb to rush for more than 82.5 yards, and the Browns to cover at 4.5. $50 there pays 16.58.35. Make sure that you opt in before you place any of these bets, and make sure that the odds are plus 400 or better, depending on what your locale rule is. So normally it would be like $50 to make 200. So anyways, that's my weekly SGP bet. Put it out there, or make up your own and make some dang money. Next, I hate to harp on these kind of things, but I cannot make a video and talk about the game last week without putting this out there. I put out these bets for entertainment purposes, but also if you do follow them, you may make some money. Just going to say that. But I will say I have not seen a game that has been officiated as badly as the Purdue Boilermakers and Syracuse Orange this past Saturday. That was the worst officiated game I have seen in years. Purdue did not give up an offensive yard that was not to penalties other than the play that Syracuse scored on. Purdue barely had any penalties called for them, and the game was being played the exact same way. Syracuse was getting away with pass interference, holding, everything else. This game was one of the worst officiated games I have ever seen in my life. I typically don't harp on officiating this much, but that game was so bad. I've got to say I apologize for the round robin that died on that leg, because had that game hit, we would have at least had one leg of round robin hit. I also apologize. Louisville ran out of steam on Friday night against Florida State. Oklahoma and USC covered, and then I thought Michigan State was the 11th ranked team in the country, but apparently they forgot when they got to Washington. On the pyramid small, USC hit. Appalachian State pulled off one of the best college football games, like one of the best finishes I've seen in years. NC State won. Everybody won, but Houston did not see that coming out of Kansas. And then for our pyramid big, Houston, of course, lost. Air Force and the Texas Tech game, we did not get over 45 between Texas Tech and Miami. So, anyways, we did not hit any strict college bets. However, we did hit on the combo, which I'm going to say I do love that. The Miami Dolphins covering 3.5 against Baltimore, and the USC Trojans covering 12.5 against Fresno State. $10 there equaled 37-27. I'm going to keep patting myself on the back, but I'm going to talk about that Dolphins game in the next video. So, anyways, let's get to this week. Outside of our SGP, we've got a round robin here, and last week I really harped on betting what you know and betting what you can bet. So last week we did $50 round robin, $10 money line bets for a total of $70. This week I doubled the round robin because we hit on the NFL, and we'll talk about that in the next video. So here we go. $100 equals $694.57, and a round robin, 5-leg, 3-team round robin. Which, by the way, if anybody ever has a question about this, round robin's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, down for a 10 leg. Basically you cover every single bet. So I've got Michigan minus 17, Penn State minus 26.5, USC minus 6.5, Georgia and Kent State. I didn't want to pick this line because it was like 42.5 at the time, so I picked Georgia and Kent State to score more than 59.5. And then Oregon at Washington State, 6. Oregon to cover 6. Every one of these teams are a favorite. So Michigan, Penn State, USC, Oregon, and then Georgia and Kent State over 59.5. Okay. Our strict money line pyramid build. I've got Michigan, Penn State, Clemson, Oregon, Kansas, and Auburn. $10 there equals $39.13. A total payout of $39.13. And then spread the love bet. $10 here equals $482.62. Michigan to cover at 17. Penn State to cover at 26.5. I'm going to go with them. Kansas to cover at 8.5. Georgia and Kent State to go over 59.5. Minnesota to cover 2. Oregon to cover 6. And USC to cover 6.5. So those bets again, Michigan, Penn State, Kansas, Georgia, Kent to go over, Minnesota, Oregon, and then USC, $10 equals $482.62. Last bet for college this week, really simple, USC, Miami, USC to cover 6.5, and at the time I put this in was Monday afternoon. I wish I would have waited because the line's gone up to... Earlier today it was at 6, and then it would drop to 5.5. Miami 4.5 is what I have right now against Buffalo. I don't feel good about it, but USC 6.5, Miami 4.5 as a dog. And since we hit that for 37, I made this one 20, so 20 equals 73. USC and Miami combo. Hopefully that one hits. If it does, I will be so happy. But anyways, here comes the spreadsheets. Here comes the bets for this week. Hope we have a better week this week in college. And I really hope we don't get screwed by the refs again because I don't like to bitch about refereeing. Anyways, thank you as always. This is James from Gibbs Gambling, and I'll bet you on it.